And we're live.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. I am Nick.
And I'm not No More Bricks. I am the...
And Maria.
Oh, yeah, Maria.
And welcome to Full of Brick with Nick and Harold. Mine is Harold today.
Plus Maria.
Plus Maria.
I guess I'm the emergency person. Good thing I'm not working today.
So today is... Oh, and it's episode 6. Today is July 12th, 2018. And Maria just got back from Florida.
Yay! I love Florida.
Disney World.
We went from hot to hotter.
Yeah, it's actually hotter here than it is in Florida.
It is, but like you don't sweat here. Explain that. Like you come out here, you feel like the sun burning your skin, you're putting your SPF, and then you get there and it's hot, but it's like the sweat is just dripping in your eyes and like you're
in Florida
wet.
Or
yes,
here?
In Florida.
Oh.
Here I'm like gardening outside. I'm like, oh, it's so hot outside, and I'm like dry.
Oh, you mean it's dry here? I thought you meant it's dry.
No, it's dry here. I guess it's called humidity over there.
But it's humid here too.
It is, but they're literally like you get out of the airport, I mean, and like you're just like you feel sweat trickling down your back.
Did you feel sweat trickling down your back?
I totally did. And one point I was wearing this dress, and I'm like, oh, did I spill a drink on my dress? And it was like all wet. I know, this is gross. Like, yeah, this is why you don't put me on live.
Well, not 2 days ago, it was 41 when I got into my car.
But is that like plus?
No, the car said 41.
Oh,
and then when I started driving, it said 36. So I think because it was just sitting there.
Yes.
It was 41.
But Florida's fun. We actually went because my mom celebrated her 65th birthday. So big milestone birthday. It was my 40th birthday sometime earlier this year. So
that's a long time ago. It's not your birthday anymore.
It's still my birthday season.
Oh.
Because I turned 40 and I wanted to go see the castle for my 40th birthday.
Oh, the Magic Kingdom, Disney?
Yes.
The castle over there.
Yes. So we didn't go last year, and we usually try to go every year. My mom has a brother who lives really...
Oh, you didn't go last year?
No, we didn't.
I thought.
Oh, and on a side, because when I was organizing our passports, we found out we're missing somebody's passport. So good thing he didn't go with us, because that would have been a scramble.
Yeah.
I can't find it, and I'm usually so organized about these things.
The last time we used it was going to Philly Brick Fest.
Last year, because we did call the...
With t-shirts.
Yes. Where's the 2017? How do we know?
In the bottom.
It is! Oh my goodness.
2017.
Anyhow, I don't know where I put it. I don't know. I thought we didn't pick it up when he had ordered it. So we ended up even calling the passport offices, and we had to declare it lost. And now,
they said it was issued in 2016
yes.
April, which I think 2 or 3 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? We were scrambling to get my passport because I didn't have a passport.
Yes, to go to Philly Brick Fest.
I remember talking to Harold and Andrea and Jeremy in the stream and saying, "Oh, I might not be able to go because I don't have a passport."
But he did, and now I don't know where to put it because I always put it in our stash of passports. I have like a pack of it, and I only had 4. And other than Philly Brick Fest, I don't remember going across the border last year. I didn't even go to Buffalo. We usually go to Buffalo, but the exchange rate has been poo-poo.
Yeah.
It's been really bad. It's been right now $1 is equivalent to 1.36 Canadian, and it's been kind of steadily going up. I was really hoping it was going to go down for this Florida trip because I love shopping in Florida because the shopping tax is only 5% compared to our 13%. So really, if you do the exchange it with a tax, it comes out to only like 6%, right? But compared to our 13, and then you find all of these goodies that are still cheap. So if you find goodies that are really, really cheap, it's still worth it.
Yes.
But not if it's the same goodie. And one of the more expensive goodies now in the US is Lego.
Oh, I got something. So they got me this from... I don't know if this is only in Florida,
no, they said it's actually in 5 different Lego stores in the US. Only 5.
What are the 5?
I didn't ask. I was trying so hard not to lose our children in the Lego store because it was massively packed.
So we don't have it.
So I'm glad we didn't have it because there was only 3 left that day and they didn't know when they were going to get their next shipment. So we, again, went to Florida because my mom wanted to celebrate her 65th birthday. We were there from July 1st to July 10th. And we had gone to Disney Springs, which is the old downtown Disney, but now Uber developed into like something more awesome.
It has a pick-a-brick wall.
They've always had, yeah, it's cute. They've always had a Lego store there, Lego store in downtown in Disney Springs. And I saw this and I always asked them, what's the one thing that you guys have that no other Lego stores have? And they quickly showed me this.
Oh, there's a new, why is he wearing such a fancy shirt?
It's a Hawaiian shirt because you're on vacation and you look cool.
That's a Bricks for Chris face.
It is.
With hair, though.
And a Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt.
So I got this, and then Tristan wanted the brick heads.
Tristan or Mason?
Tristan. So Mason initially really wanted it, and Tristan was just walking around the store nonchalant. We went to Disney Springs like 3 times. I'm not joking. So we go the first time, and I told Mason, you know what, buddy? Let's go see how much it is in Canada, because it's probably cheaper there with the exchange rate, because the price code products, it's an exchange on the box at like 1.2%, not quite 1.36, right?
Yeah.
So I just got this for Nick, and I actually secretly used his points. Actually, no, I had points on my card.
I wonder if it's choppy.
Because it's with me. Choppy.
I think we're going roboto mode.
Choppy. Anyhow, so Mason said, okay, we'll wait. And then the next time I took my cousin, Andrew, him and Tristan went into the Lego store while myself and his wife went to the other parts of Disney Springs because she's a Disney fanatic like me.
Mm-hmm.
When they came out, Andrew had bought Tristan the Brickheads box. And I'm like, what did you do?
Oh.
And he's like, oh, why? What did I do? I'm like, you can't just buy one box because the other child will cry.
Uh-oh.
So anyways, I went home, and lo and behold, there's Andrew, who is 3rd child. So he should know this, really. And he's like, oh, I just made Mason cry because he saw that there's a box of, because it was Mason who really wanted it. And Tristan didn't indicate anything about wanting it. So did Tristan buy this on purpose, knowing that Mason wanted it? These are one of the true mysteries left out there.
Mason built this. Or did
Yes.
Tristan build this?
No, Tristan built that. That's Tristan's. And he wanted to make a Brickheads of his GF.
Tristan. Which is this?
No, so that's what you make out of Brickheads. And then I'm like, Tristan, go and share, like have Mason make a brickhead for himself. And
I thought I saw a video of Mason making a brickhead.
So
wasn't
my
it this
story is not evolved yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yep. His brickheads is in my mom's house because
How many brickheads can you make?
2 in a box.
But you bought, Tristan has his own and Mason has his own.
So that's why I went back to the store. This is why I go to the Disney Springs like all the time, because our second hotel was literally 5 minutes away from Disney Springs.
Okay.
It's like the best location. And it was 2 minutes away from like the outlets. I want to show you the price here. No, on the box, for example, just to do the equivalent costing. So like, strangeness. They don't show Canadian because they don't want to see Canadian. Anyways, like, yeah, it was like $29.99 US and it was 39 Canadian, right? So 39 divided by 29. Okay, it's 1.36. 1.34. But no, it's cheaper because 1.3 versus 1.36, right? So we did go back to get Mason his own box because he was crying and he wanted me to buy him a drone. And I'm like, instead of buying a drone, can I just buy you another box? And at this point, I'm like, hey, Nick, can I use your points from your Lego card? He's like, fine. And he gives me the emoji that's just like eyes, like no happy or sad face. It's just, and I'm like, what does that mean? But I'm not going to read into it because of marital rights, I'm really 50% owner of whatever points you make.
We have Spong in the chat, says hello from Australia.
Hey, Spong.
And Joker Boss Film says hi and gotta go.
Okay. So we went and then I had my own points card. That's how I got that set for you. I had, and the thing though now is they don't just use increments of $10. Did you know this?
What is it?
You can actually cover it to the cent.
Oh.
So this was free. Like I didn't have to pay like another $1 or you know what I mean, just to make the difference. So for Brickheads, I'm like, hey, so exactly how many points does my husband have in his card? Because they're like, they see 2 cards, right? Because one is my card and one is your card under the same address. And I'm like, oh, is there a way to merge the 2? So, oh yeah, we can make like a joint account. So now it's all merged. And then they're like, oh, wow. That's what their response was when I asked how many points you had.
I think it's because you merged it.
No, because I finished buying that and I probably had like $5 or $10
I think
left.
mine had 5.
I don't buy stuff. I buy groceries. I have points for groceries all the time. So the girl was like, oh, wow. I'm like, how many points does your husband? Well, he has an equivalent to $220. And again, points become Canadian or US, right? It's not a currency. So there's no exchange. It could be 220. So it's actually better to use it in the US to avoid all the exchange rates happening, right? So I'm like, yes, buy her up. And here I'm going, what else can I buy? I didn't buy anything else.
Why? How much was the brickhead?
$29 US.
Oh,
So that was 24 and this is 29. So it's not bad. But then in Canada, it's $39.
Okay.
Right? So it's actually quite good. And then he was happy. Mason built me a brickheads because he loves his mama.
This is cool. You
and
can
then he
make
bought himself a
different brickheads like
you
this.
do. You can be as creative as you can.
You
but
can make your
it's because they have like these 4 pieces that they need to.
Hey, graphic bricks.
They need these 4 pieces to hold the bricks on them. That's what they need.
Right? Oh yeah, the
what are they called? The Technic pieces.
It's not Technic piece. It's this piece.
Yeah, those pieces. So when I was like, Mason, why can't you make more brickheads out of Tristan's box? It's because he doesn't want to share those little pieces with me. And he didn't know that.
Yeah, so these are the special brickhead pieces.
So it's fun. Both boys had it. We just packed it up in a Ziploc because when we went to Florida.
Is this Tristan's or Mason's?
That's Tristan's. Mason's is my mom and my mom's. Oh, and you see like a Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay, so crazy enough, so 2 cousins, again, back to the family reunion. My mom's 65th birthday, we tried to organize a family reunion. She wanted to celebrate with her brothers. So she has a brother living in Kissimmee, Florida, and another brother living in Australia. The brother in Australia has 3 kids. So I asked them all, hey, let's go.
Who's Brick Sailor?
To Florida for my birthday / my mom's birthday. Let's go see the castle. And I know like one of my cousin's sister-in-law, she really loves Disney. They live in Disneyland. She had an annual pass already at one point, but she's never been to Disney World. And I keep on forgetting.
She lives there?
She lives in California.
Oh, okay.
Her and Andrew. So, and I wanted to get her one of those, my first visit, and I keep on forgetting to get her, so I didn't get her one. Anyways, recourse. So we had about 15 people meeting us all together, or 15 up plus us, right? So, and we also use my mom's timeshare because she keeps on paying the maintenance fees and we need to like flesh the points out. And really my uncle's house, which is pretty sizable to like house a lot of people, but there's already a lot of other cousins and uncles that I've invited to come celebrate my mom's birthday with. And by the time we all got there, we kind of were choppy with going to the kingdom because it was like this party came and then this party came and then this party came. But we were the first party on July 1st. And we stayed at a timeshare close to Animal Kingdom. I really just wanted to go see the Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios because Toy Story Land opened.
Also, Toy Story Land
yes, Toy Story Land just opened June 30th. And that's why I showed you all the posters in the airport. And I was so excited because I had a friend who went in April and Toy Story Land was not open in April.
Who?
A friend at work.
Okay.
And she's also a Disney fanatic. So she's like, you're so lucky I'm going to Disney World at July. And we had vowed the last time we went to Disney World in July, we weren't going to go back in July, in any July. And yet, here we were again.
Is Mason still into Toy Story or not?
Who isn't into Toy Story?
Because I know Hayden likes Toy Story now.
Yeah, well, Mason's still into Toy Story. And then who wasn't? Like Tristan was raised on Toy Story. I was raised on Toy Story. We love Toy Story. So we went there and like, well, how many Buzz and Woody toys do we extremely have? Anyhow, so why we have that Buzz minifigure is my cousin from Bangkok. He is my eldest Australian cousin. So I usually hang out with boy number 2 and number 3.
This is Lou, right?
Yes, but I haven't seen him in 17 years since
he
first came here. We weren't even married yet. And I guess it's just life, right? He's only 5 years younger than us. So whenever his parents or brothers traveled here, he was always in university. Like he was in school, he was setting up his job. So now he's actually
this is worn out.
Okay, so I gotta tell you about this story. It's actually a fake Lego.
Oh, this is not real?
No. So when he was still in Bangkok, so he works for GE. He travels all over Asia. He used to be in diagnostics. So I don't know. He does a lot of training. Anyhow, he asked me, what are your kids into? And I'm like, oh, they love Toy Story and Lego. So he brings Hayden a Lego set. And it looks like the Buzz Lightyear Lego set. You know where he sits in the Buzz Lightyear? Remember Tristan had that set?
Yes.
When that awesome Lego store used to be open around here. What was that called again?
Lasting Toys.
So we had it and he brought it and I'm like, whoa, how did you find this amazing set? Because it's totally out of commission. Because at one day I had taken the older kids to downtown Disney. And
look at the difference.
Hayden was left. What's the difference inside? Yeah. So even the bricks, of course, did not have Lego or...
You guys see that? So the one in this hand is real Lego. The one in this hand is not Lego. So you can see they have more spots for the the legs to go in, where this one's just a square.
So literally was the last, yeah. And none of the bricks have the word Lego on it, like the stubs.
Yeah, I'm looking for where it says, oh, this says Lego here. What's on the back of this? Nothing. So on here, this one, it's not focusing, but it says Lego inside the little insert. And this one doesn't say Lego. What? This one doesn't say Lego.
Here, I wanted to show you. Because I just packed everything in like a Ziploc bag. But I didn't want to
So what is this? Just some
from
no-name brand?
Yeah, it's from Asia. But quite well made because we've...
Oh, even this. There's no, it doesn't say Lego
that's
on
like,
the,
yeah, well, the studs, right? It doesn't say Lego on the studs.
purple stud.
So I think it's like, it was really well done though, because they did stick nicely together. It's just not branded as Lego, and we can see from the inside too. So this is a photo of
Hey,
my
it's
cousin.
Iceberg.
Oh, hi, Iceberg. This is a photo of my cousin and Hayden with their finished product. I think that was the first time my cousin ever made a Lego set.
It's a big one.
Yeah, so it's all demolished, and
It's like a big. I don't even think that's Lego has a set like that.
We did.
Oh, with a big mech.
Yes, it's a mech, and then Buzz sits in it. We did, and Tristan was just Tristan at that time, and he didn't preserve it, and he would say stuff when he was little. Well, it's my set anyway, so I can do whatever I want. You remember that?
Yeah.
I think he still says
familiar
it.
word. Graphic Brick says fake, burn it.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Nick, stop holding it. It's poisonous.
Haven't burnt ourselves.
And
yet.
Iceberg says that we're repping the Philly Brick Fest.
So even
That's
the box,
what's
like
up.
I wish I'd taken a photo of the box, but it was like all Asian. Like it's all like Asian letters on top and
The
stuff.
caricatures.
So, I mean, you know, kids who can't afford Lego still need something to play with, really.
Yeah.
We can't all be Lego snobs.
Yeah.
But my cousin didn't know the difference. Like he doesn't have children. He's not a Lego fanatic.
Angie would have.
Angie would know. Angie was like, yeah, so they were playing with this. So we did go to the downtown Disney. We took photos again with the what are they called? You know, the models that they make at the Disney store.
The Lego, the Mega
The
models.
Meg one. So let's see it.
The Hulk.
The Hulk. And it's cute because like I've had the two boys always with Buzz and Woody. And this is like their second photo. So I want to frame this too and have it beside each other. But last time Mason was standing beside Buzz and a smaller Hayden was standing beside Woody.
Is there one with Tristan?
Yep, there's one with Tristan.
No, when he's little?
Oh, no, I didn't. This one was only when the boys were bigger. And then they have also one with Hulk, the Hulk. And then there was one on the other side with Maleficent and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And they just want to take a photo with these two. But it was really, really packed. And I haven't been to
This
a Disney.
is downtown Disney.
Yep, downtown Disney. I haven't been to downtown Disney in a while. So, and you know, every time we go to Disney, we just don't see Mickey Mouse. So every time
Who's this character?
you don't know that character,
Oh, that's
name that character.
The genie.
So with all these cute little mugs that, you know, I really have to say, stop buying mugs. I did not buy any mugs this year. Was I close? I think I was close to like buying the poison apple mug.
Who's this?
And that's...
Oh, that's the Lion
So
King?
there's a new syndicate, which is the Lion King, Simba's son. I can't remember his name. But every time Hayden sees Simba, he thinks it's his son.
Oh.
And so Mason's always correcting him that it's not.
Yeah.
So
The new
every
generation.
time we go to Disney, we never see the mouse.
Shiny Bricks.
Except in parades. So this
Shiny
is
Brick says it's Disney Springs, not.
Disney Springs.
Downtown
I know.
Disney.
I'm old school. I was there before you were born.
It's like saying Hollywood Studios, not MGM, or MGM
Yep.
Studios instead
Not
of Hollywood.
Hollywood Studios. And yeah.
Yeah.
And so every time we go, we never see Mickey Mouse. So this is the closest we got to seeing Mickey Mouse. But this trip around, back to Hollywood Disney with the new Toy Story Land opening, you know, I have a kid who's loving the Toy Story movies, which is Hayden. So when he sees the characters,
4-year-old.
oh my God, he was freaking out. He wanted to take photos with the characters. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's like hot in the sun. They have all these like umbrellas
Oh, he
along the
wants to
line.
wait in line.
So here I am, you know, like we have all these passes to go see the shows like Frozen and Beauty and the Beast. I basically sent all of them, go watch the show, because my mom was with us too and she likes those shows, and we had all these fast passes. And basically I sucked it up and said, fine, we'll line up because he's my last baby. And I wanted to also see Woody and Jessie. That was like a 40-minute wait right there.
I saw
And-
the video there. He was hugging them.
Yes, they're so cute. They're really cute. And every 40 minutes they would have a break to go check out on Andy's toys. But I think it's really just to get out of the heat. And I think they have another pair to actually replace them.
To get into the costume.
Yes, I think there's another costume set altogether, right? Because they're only gone for like not even 5 minutes. But every time we're like lined up, it's like we're the ones to get affected with the wait.
Oh, right.
Yes. Yes. They're like, it's like the couple, it's like with Buzz, it was the couple before us. They're like, oh, can you wait? Buzz just has to check up on, this is Buzz now. And he's right in front of the Slinky ride. So it makes such a beautiful photo, right? Because the Slinky ride has like the Rex at the background and Jesse at the background. It's
that's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. It's like Ghoster Coaster. It's not too scary. It's like PG.
Do you know what was in that area before
But you have to be a specific
Toy Story
height.
came in?
It was the back lot. So I don't know if you remember MGM Studios, but they would show you always all of these different like special actions or like what's it called when like someone
like stunts?
like stunts. It was like a big backlot stage. You have a ride. They go through it and they show you Indiana Jones.
So they got rid of that.
They got rid of that because it was so dated. And you know, even when you go to MGM, like the Hollywood Studios, you know how there's that Chinese theater, and inside it's like the movie ride. You remember that?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
So they've taken that ride out too.
Okay.
But Mason actually remembers it. So he was bummed out that ride wasn't there. Because again, it was hot, right? So it's one of those air-conditioned rides. You ride in a car or a big train and you watch the movies of a long time ago. So as much as Disney's very good at recycling their characters, right, to make them relevant again, and so for kids to like know them, it's more difficult for them to make old movies relevant.
Yeah.
Right? So like when it's like seeing the clips and like the Oscars, where you see, Gone with the Wind or Wizard of Oz or The Sound of Music.
Does Universal Studios still show Jaws and all that?
No, so Jaws is even gone. So we didn't go to Universal's this time, but my cousin sister-in-law is also a huge Harry Potter fanatic. So they actually went the day that we left. They were there for an extra day because they knew that we weren't going to go. So at least it was good. It was good.
But the boys have went, but just Hayden hasn't gone.
No, he did. He was a baby.
Okay.
Like this is Hayden's 4th visit to Disney World.
But without a brain.
Without a brain. Right. So he was kind of upset that they were going to Harry Potter Land, but he has no context anyways. I'm like, the next time I'm going to spend that kind of money, you guys have read all the books or at least watched the movies, but like really read the book, right? Because those books are awesome and it makes you really appreciate all the detail. But I'm just talking so much about my Disney trip.
Graphic Bricks wants to know how old your kids are again.
13, 8, and 4. So this September, Hayden goes to school.
So Big T or Tristan is
really a bigger T.
But he's turning 14 in November.
Yes, he's turning 14.
And then little Buscus or Mason
is 9 this August, but we already threw him a birthday party with his buddies at the end of June.
Just because they wouldn't make the birthday party because it's summer vacation.
Yes, and everybody disappears, and I only have 2 moms' phone numbers. And
Hayden Baby Bricks is
4.
4.
So he just made it for JK. And here I was yesterday. I had a dentist appointment. So yesterday was our first day back. And I'm making my future dental appointment. And I'm like, I have to figure out what to do with my kid, like Hayden, when I'm in the dentist appointment, like for 9:30. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to be in school. Oh, that's weird. Anyhow, I digress. But we had organized my mom's birthday party like 6 months in advance because that's when we can book everything like restaurants. And we're just going to do fast passes. So fast passes are linked to your Disney tickets to see if you can go on the rides, but that's for people who buy like resort tickets and everything. But what I wanted to really do at this visit was to go to the restaurant, Be Our Guest. It's a Beauty and the Beast themed restaurant that's been in the park for maybe 5 years. And every year I go, the lineup has been long. And I've had a baby at one point too. So I remember like going and I had like infant Hayden like on a carrier and they're like, oh, the lineup is 2 hours for lunch. And when you're trying to feed like little kids, you're like, okay, I can't wait that long.
So you booked that ahead of time?
Yes, I booked it 6 months ahead of time because I'm crazy. And I had to also book it for what I thought was going to be 15 people, right? Like I didn't know who was going to go, but I wanted to like maximize it so nobody feels left out.
Thanks, Graphic Bricks.
That's what Stitch says.
No, Graphic Bricks.
Oh, okay. And then, so I booked it in advance and Mel was so excited because she didn't know, again, Disney World, right? Like she didn't know all the things that's in it. So I'm even making these future plans with Mel. Like forget my kids at this point. When we next meet each other in Florida and Disney World, we're doing a bunch of things together too. But Be Our Guest, again, is a Disney themed restaurant. It's really a self-seat. Like you order all your stuff
on an iPad.
Right up on an iPad. So you go in and you're waiting for your party and like literally Mel and Andrew, that's my cousin and his wife, they came that morning on a red-eye flight. Like they arrived in Florida like 5 a.m. in the morning. My uncle picked them up and then dropped them. They took a quick nap and they were almost late, but a reservation was for 11:30. So it was a bit of an early lunch. So again, beer guests never took reservations for lunch, right? So I'm like, okay, when the kids are older, I will definitely line up and even suck up like a 1 hour wait, right? So the next time we went, the second year that it was open, beer guest, when I went for the lineup and I had Hayden now in a stroller, so not in a carrier, they're like, oh, we started to make reservations for lunch just 2 weeks ago. And I didn't know that. So I'm like, out of luck, right? Like they were not going to take you in if you didn't have reservations.
Yeah.
There was no way. Maybe if you were a single person and you can eat in the kitchen or in the corner or in the bathroom, but otherwise they were not.
So was it worth it?
It was cool because these are also thematic sort of like restaurants, right? But it's not a character restaurant.
So they didn't have the beast walking around.
No, and that would have made it amazingly better, or some like even like a peasant, or like, you know what I mean, like someone.
Yeah.
So, but the theme was such that there was a room that was like the West Wing, where the beast had like
with the rose.
Yes, with the rose in the corner. So but we ate like and then there was the ballroom. So as soon as you enter, you see like all the beautiful chandeliers and the dancing cherubs on the top, cherubs and the top, the angels.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost expect beauty to like waltz down like the balcony and then we ate like in a party room, like it was, I guess, but it was cool. So you order your meals like on a computer, right? And Disney now is very aware of like allergens. So Tristan's like a gluten-free eater, so there's always a lot of things for him to eat. If anything, he was the one who ate the best. Like here, I just wanted to try like the French onion soup.
What did Tristan order?
He had like a beef brisket something, gluten-free. Like it was massive.
Not nachos?
No. Nachos in the US is like not really tortilla chips. They're like they're almost like the ones from Cheesecake Factory. They're like made of flour. Like they're not, I don't know, maybe they are made of tortilla chips, but it's
not
more
gluten-free.
I don't know, it doesn't taste like gluten-free. But let's not tell the Tristan because he gets panicky.
Yeah.
But it's not like Tostitos, like
yeah,
which is what we have here. So you walk in. I already knew my menu because I'm always like pre-preparing my head. So one of the things I wanted to eat was the French onion soup, because who doesn't love French onion soup, even in the heat? And the second one is this thing called the gray stuff.
Try the gray stuff.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me. Ask the dishes. Anyway, it's a cute cupcake. That's great, but it's delicious.
I thought it was ice cream.
I know, me too. So I basically paid for everybody. It didn't come up to much. It was lunch, right?
Yeah.
But
because you're the ones that dragged everyone.
I did, and yet nobody really understood it except Mel. So I have such love for Mel. She's like, "Oh my God, this place is amazing," and I'm like, "Guys, yeah, no." So next time, me and Mel, we're actually gonna try the Cinderella's Castle. There's a restaurant in there, and I've never been.
Gonna dress up?
We are totally going to dress up. Oh, let's not even go there. I have a story about that dress up thing. So we are going to go do that because a lot of parents bring their little daughters in there. And I feel like my kids will not appreciate going in there.
Is Mel going to be your little daughter?
She did offer. So I'm 10 years older than her. We're not that much older than each other. But she didn't know that there was a restaurant in there. So when I was little, you could actually walk through the Cinderella Castle. There's a walkway and there's like all these beautiful mosaic tiled scenes from Sleeping Beauty or any of the princesses like Cinderella. And now they've closed that off and they want you to walk around it. The last time we went through it also was when we were in the marathon, right? A few years ago, and you actually run into it and Mickey Mouse is at the base of it and you take a photo. Show you. It's not quite like this with Harold, is it?
No.
So I want to go do that. And it is a bit more expensive, that restaurant, because the princesses go around. So Be Our Guest's restaurant didn't have any characters, but it was very well like detailed, right? And Melissa's also, that's why she had a amazing time at Harry Potter Land. Like she just kept on looking. She also had like an interactive wand from the Universals.
What is that? That's new.
So the wand, it makes you do things to the things there. So that happened the second time we were there too. So with Harry Potter Land, yes, you can bring it home. So our wands are not interactive. When we went to Harry Potter Land, it was only the Hogwarts side at the, what's that park? You know how there's two parks? One is the older park and one is the
Islands of Adventure.
Islands of Adventure, right? And it was
Hogwarts. Now you can take a train.
Yes, and we bought the wands there at Ollivander's, and there was a dueling dragons, and we even like went in and out of the park, right? Because my parents were with us. The park just
opened when we went.
Yes, it was newly opened. I wanted to buy everything that was available. I didn't. I was good. I didn't. Otherwise, I'd have a robe and a wand. And like the sorting hat, like I would have everything.
But it was hot. A lot of people were wearing scarves and
so that was like a November, like that was a January because it was during our race time.
Yeah.
Right. We went during the races too. So we even dropped off my mom and dad, and Mason and Tristan back to the hotel and ran back. And we had like an hour and a half to spare. And we did like Dueling Dragons 3 times more. And then the Hogwarts ride 1 more time. So we actually did the Hogwarts ride twice that year. We went. And then to revive life into the old Universal Studios, because they took out Jaws, they had to make something so people will go there. Because people were just, I'm sure, going to Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
Very rarely were people buying 2 tickets, right?
Were.
The other park had The Mummy, and they had, what's it called, Shrek. But again, like once they're not relevant and kids don't want to go see it, right? And really the adults fans are all about Harry Potter more than anything.
Yep.
And Islands of Adventure had Seuss, Dr. Seuss Land. They had Marvel. They had Harry Potter. So they had like all these things that you seem like, oh, wow, these are awesome. What are we doing?
Nothing.
Okay. So the 2 years in or 3 years in, Universal World Studios, they have to compete. So they decided to make a train. A train that takes you from Muggle Land.
Hogwarts Express.
Yes, Hogwarts Express. From Hogwarts or from the land of Muggles, so that would be Diagon Alley, over to Hogwarts, right? But the only way to ride that train, you can't even buy a 2-day pass, like a 2-day, 1-day experience. You have to buy a 2 parks in 1-day experience, which ups the ticket cost. So from a 1-day pass, it's $99, or a 2-day pass would be $200, right? But separate parks for 1 day here, 1 day there. To get that 2 park in 1 day, it's $175.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I did that. Last time. So that's like when Mel's like, oh, I want you to come with me. I'm like, yes.
Even for kids?
So kids are like about $15 less, but it's still like expensive.
Yeah.
So even like for Disney parks, there was a sale for Canadians earlier this year that was for like 25% off. But it only gets better if you are there for 4 days. So 1 day is about $100 to $115, depending on the season. Yes, the more days you go. But if you're there for 4 days, it becomes $70 a day. But there's just no way I could drag these kids for 4 days. Like I could probably do it, but like Mason was tired by day 2, and that was Hollywood Studios. We were in front of the Slinky ride, and Fear and his painful foot, like he just had a meltdown.
Oh, his foot's better now.
His foot's better because he's not scared of like Slinky. He was on a wheelchair the first day because we were walking so much the first 2 days before Disney World parks hit. And so he's like, I can't walk. So I'm like, okay, I'll get a stroller for Hayden. You can sit in it. But a stroller costs $15. I'm giving you guys all these spoiler amounts, okay? And this is 2018
How much
prices.
is a wheelchair?
A wheelchair is $13.
Oh.
And you can fit 2 small bodies on it because a double stroller is $31. And a wheelchair, people probably feel a bit more, oh, so sad. The kid's in a wheelchair. Then a stroller, you're like, get out of my way. And they're like, just have a stroller. I have a stroller too. You know what I mean?
Could you butt in front of people?
No. So Disney actually stopped that practice. When I was younger, we used to go with my grandmother, and she actually needed a wheelchair. Like, there's no way she could have walked around the parks. Yeah. So we would always get her a wheelchair, and we would get like front of the line servicing for any rides. And I think this is the point that people realize that. So 1 year, I think it was her honeymoon. We had gone to Disney World on our honeymoon. We noticed a couple, and the woman was like on the wheelchair one day or the morning, and later on, it's the husband on the wheelchair. So we didn't do that scam. But now all of their lines are very wide. So you can actually take the wheelchair. They'll just ask you if the person can get off the chair and onto the ride. Yeah. Right? Unassisted. So they'll let you. But otherwise, like I have not seen anybody like butting in front.
So was Mason on a wheelchair for Hollywood Studios too?
No. He was magically fine.
So his foot, yeah.
And wait, where was I with story? Oh, Harry Potter's train. Yeah, that was it. So it is expensive to go to Harry Potter Land, but you can't get the train experience without doing that 2-day.
What's more expensive? Universal or Disney?
So they're both the same. They're about $100 a day for 1 day, right? And then of course Universal has that thing where you pay for the train, so it's $175. For Disney, like I said, if you buy more tickets, it's cheaper. But online, I didn't see a 2-day pass, and I only just wanted to go to 2 parks. So I was more than happy to like pay one park $100, another it's actually $125.
You paid for Tristan when he went. Did you pay for
Yes. And actually Hill gave him another $100.
Okay.
But I'll get to that.
Okay.
So it was but when we got to the gates, they actually have a 2-day pass. So it's more it's like $50 less if you do a 2-day pass. Because it's $125, because they actually also change their prices depending on season. So here summer being a very sought after season because all the kids are out of school, and they hike their prices to $125 versus if you're there during Disney World, versus if you're there in the winter time or after Christmas, it's down to like $100, right? So 2 days would be $125, $250, but a 2-day pass was $209, right? And the kids are a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
So my mom treated us to Disney parks.
Oh, so she paid for you.
That's why I
Lucky.
like going with my mom. She doesn't know that. So anyways, we got the 2-day pass. We went to the Magic Kingdom on day 1, did all of our rides, and the main ride really that we didn't miss. Oh my god, we were so angry. Was the Snow White? It's
a small. Oh.
It's no, the Small World was actually off on technical dysfunction, but they keep on telling you that we don't know what time this ride is going to start. It never started the whole day, but they never tell you that it's closed or canceled. They never. It's always like, oh, we're just going through technical difficulties because that's one of the rides that we had as a fast pass. So this time around, I also got the Disney app.
Yeah.
So I actually have a Disney World app, and I scan all of our tickets in it, and I link mine and Melissa's too. So whenever we're doing a fast pass, we can select all and then fast pass all of our tickets.
Go to a machine.
There is a machine, but you can just do it here if you have it, which is easier, right? Because the machines are only located at certain locations in the park. So this is us easier. But you can only get 3 fast passes a day now.
What was it before?
We can get 3, ride the 3, get another 3. Here, as soon as you're done your first one, you can't just sign up again, right? And a lot of the fast passes, because like the restaurant, you can sign up 6 months in advance if you already buy your tickets in.
So what if they
online?
Get sold out?
Yeah, you just get what you get, right? So some rides are not as popular as others. So like the 7 Dwarfs ride was the most popular ride at Walt Disney Park, the Magic Kingdom Park. And I've been there before. This time I'm like, oh, look, the wait's only 120 minutes. It can be as bad as 180 minutes.
That's a long wait.
We went to the Winnie the Pooh ride. Oh,
hey, it's Kelly.
Hi. Haven't seen you in a while.
She says, hey, you two, great to see you.
Happy summer. And then
Marissa's telling everyone about her Disney trip.
So it's really not Lego related. But we started with Lego Springs.
We started with Lego.
And there's more to come because I came home to a Lego set. Because Nick didn't go on vacation and he got himself a set. And he goes, well, this is my vacation tickets.
Okay, continue.
Okay, sorry. So when we got there, the first ride that we got into was the Cups ride from Alice in Wonderland.
Where Hayden was screaming his head off.
And Hayden didn't want to go on.
Why didn't he want to go on?
I don't know, because he went on every single ride. I think he needed to warm up, and it wasn't quite the warm up kind of ride because the Alien ride the next day was the same. Like it spins, but it's a funny spin. Like it spins,
and he was laughing.
And it goes. Yeah, he was insane on that ride. He wanted to go again, but the lineup was also long. Ow, 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 ow. And
Kelly says she loves Disney.
I love Disney.
And too. Big Sue Bricks is here too.
Oh, hi, Big Sue Bricks. So we forced him on the Cup ride because that's what memories are like. You know, one day you just want to show your screaming, crying face to the world. So
you'll see it on the vlog, but I put music instead of his screaming voice.
You didn't put one screaming voice at all? Because that would be, because there's, I guess that's not nice because you hear the mother laughing in the background and the son crying. But that's how characters built.
Yeah.
So anyways, we take him off. Then we line up for the Winnie the Pooh ride. It wasn't too long of a line because everybody is going across.
Was that a ride? I thought it was just a playground.
The Winnie the Pooh? Didn't I take a thing of it?
Yeah, of him playing.
Oh, but didn't I take like a thing where we got into the pot? It's like a honey pot and you go in. It's like the Peter Pan ride. Like, you know how all the rides are like interactive? Oh. You sit in the ride. There's no shooting, but you see like all the different scenes of like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, maybe.
I think you remember it. It was there when we were.
It was dark, right?
Yeah, it's dark. Okay. A lot of their things were dark. So the lineup for there was maybe 40 minutes, but again, they are good at distracting kids with all the toys or the games that they can play. So we got on that, no problem. He was happy. And to this day, he'll say, my favorite ride is the Winnie the Pooh ride. And he says it only because it was the ride right after the teacup ride.
Kelly said that Drew or Bubble Bricks almost puked on the teacup ride.
Oh, no. So it spins, but then you also have your own way to spin it. Like there's a middle
you can spin it faster.
Where you can spin it faster. So Tristan and Mason were going at it.
Really fast.
Really, really quickly.
Because there's a Candace Wonderland ride like that.
There is.
Where they just spin it. The one in the Jimmy Neutron.
This is not nice, but it was just fun. It looks like I was crying too.
No, it looks like you're laughing, screaming.
And this was him, nice and sedate, and the 100-acre woods. Nice photo, huh? So they have like all these, I mean, this was just a photo of a page of the story, but they also have like the Winnie the Pooh's house in the back. I love Winnie the Pooh.
Is it as big as Ants, that big tree?
No, that one's in Animal Kingdom, and this is nowhere near as big as that that thing. And there's also this game just outside before, and it's like a honey. It's like a screen.
I saw that on the video.
And it's like honey that's flowing down, and you wipe it to reveal the characters under. But it's very cool because you see
I see Tigger.
It's like you're cleaning honey.
Okay.
Right. And this was the ride. See, we're sitting in the ride, the end of the ride.
Oh, okay.
And these are parts. That's why it's dark. I should delete. I have like so many photos now on my camera, and I just keep on forgetting to delete it. See, they have all these scenes. So that was fun. And then after that, we went to, I think, Be Our Guest. Oh, I think we tried to ride another ride. Oh, we went to we did go to Be Our Guest already because it was coming up to the reservation time. And Andrew and 11:30.
11:30.
And Melissa and Andrew didn't arrive yet. We're still waiting for them. They're like texting me. And the good thing about Walt Disney World is they have Wi-Fi everywhere. So I was able to text them using either like Messenger or just.
So was Tristan on FaceTime the whole time?
Yeah.
With his GF.
That's funny. That one.
Big C Brick says, so many great photos come from Disney World.
So many great photos come from Disney World. Like you can't not stop taking photos, right?
Yeah.
But so they got literally in the nick of time. So we were there for like 11:20. And I'm like, where are you guys? They're like, we're just getting dropped out at the front of the gate. So I kind of feel bad because I'm like rushing them to go into the park. So they didn't even get a chance to like take photos of the castle. And then later it rained. So she didn't make a big deal out of it. I'm sure she has her own castle in Disneyland. And then we met, and it was like one of those like Chariots of Fire moment again. We, like see them and like running towards them. And then we got into Be Our Guest. And let's see if I have any fun photos of Be Our Guest. And then you do, so this is the front of Be Our Guest. I guess that's just the emblem. I couldn't really take a photo. I should have just taken photos. Me and Tristan waiting for them. We were on the curb. We were already reading our menus because they want you to be quick in it. But the lineup was super long. And here you're just outside. And there's the Beast Castle in the background.
That's your hat from like grade 8.
Yeah. So that hat of mine, I had on my very, very first visit to Disney World when my uncle.
It still fits your head.
It still fits my head. And my kids found it in one of our bins. So they wanted to wear it. And Emma's like, Mason's like, oh, it's like a hat for me. It's Mason. I'm like, it's a hat for me, Maria. It's a hat for Mickey.
Yeah, it's a hat for Mickey.
And then between him and Hayden, they keep on fighting for it. But we were able to take a photo. And then there's me with a gargoyle because they have all these gargoyles lined up going into the park. And this was July 4. So
imagine if that gargoyle started moving.
I would freak out. And they have all these knights inside while we're waiting in line because you go in and you're still waiting in a line. You know what I mean? It's not like 11:30. Great, we have your table for you.
But there's stuff to look at.
There's a lot of stuff. So this is, it's very blurry.
That's a ceiling.
This is the ceiling with the chandeliers. You know, Beauty and the Beast. They come down the balcony.
But you can't really see it.
You can't really see it, but it's very bright and lots of chandeliers. And I wish I had gone in a ball gown because who doesn't wish to come in a ball gown? And not everybody went. Two of my uncles and my aunt, they decided not to go. So we actually didn't have a party of 15. We only had a party of 9 the entire day. And it was cool because you order on the computer menu, and then they bring it to you in like these old kind of.
What was that disc or rose?
Yeah, so it's a rose. So I didn't have. What did I not have? I don't think I had like people have like these bracelets. I guess it's a way for them to interactively know your table. Because you don't have like a table number.
No.
And it's so massive. There's like 3 different massive rooms for them to go to, right? So we were in this room that looked just like a party room. So just to show, this is
the gray stuff?
Yeah, the gray stuff. There's 2 cupcakes and that rose that Nick is indicating. And you get it and you have to scan it once you finish your order. And I think it's from that rose that they can GPS to your location.
Oh, okay.
So the servers, I don't know why I didn't take a photo. This is me and Melissa in front of the rose. But it was really just do I tell them what it is? Or spoiler?
What?
It's a hologram.
Oh.
It's a hologram.
How do you know? You tried to touch it?
So there's like a chain here, so you can't, and a gate, so you can't really climb over. I think they'll kick me out of Disney parks if I climbed over. But when you look closely in it, like sometimes a petal falls. And there's all these petals, but it's not like a true rose.
I wonder if all of Disney is a hologram.
I'm a hologram. So more gargoyles, and then there's like a beautiful mosaic. Oh, but I didn't take a photo. It's this cool cart. It looks like one of those, I don't know. It's a very old-fashioned cart, how they serve food. Like if there's something like dim sum where they have it in carts. This was like made of wooden panels and glass. Like it looks very cool and classic. Like French.
French.
Yes. And that's how they serve their food to you. A waiter will come and they're dressed like in French livery, and they would find you based on your.
So they were character dressed up.
I know, but I
As
wanted
French
like
people.
a character. Like I wanted like Gaston or LeFou or the dad Maurice or someone, or even like have like, I don't know, like Lumiere or in like our tables or something. But then I guess that's too many Lumieres and so many tables, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to go in. I probably won't go in again.
Hey, Alex Bricks.
I probably won't go in again. I saw it. I ate there. You know, I want to go.
So is that the only place you guys ate for the whole day?
No, and then everything else is like a quick, like there's ice cream, there's popcorn, there's a burger. Where else did we eat that day? Oh, one of the things that I also always want to eat in Disney World, and I learned this from Susan when I had gone the last time. That was the last time we went, when I ran the Epcot race.
Oh, yes.
Right? This is all the kids ride, but see how it's so cloudy? It was raining and sunny and raining and sunny. And whenever it's raining, unfortunately, they would close the outdoor rides, right? Because of lightning, because of the wetness. And so we went through the kids area where they have like the Dumbo ride, and we were basically dressed like this for half of our visit. And we're like,
where'd you get the ponchos?
It's from many years of visiting. I always have it in my suitcase.
Also, not everyone has it.
No, but we have enough.
Giving them out.
No, one poncho.
How'd you get one Hayden size?
That was for Mason when he was little. This is how many years we've been going to like Disney World, right? We're just like seasoned travelers. And so Melissa has her own clear one.
People are like, where did you guys get these?
They sell them in the kiosks all the time. Okay. They're $20 for an adult.
Oh, wow.
And $15 for a kid.
So you always bring them.
Yeah, I always bring them. My uncle has a ton of them. So he's always like throwing packages to us. So that's why Melissa and Andrew also has a pair for themselves, right? But we would take them off. And it's so hot once the rain stops and the sun's beating on you that you have to take them off again. And then it doesn't fold properly. But we got this the last time because we were waiting.
Hey, Ruben Bricks.
For a Fantasia ride, like a Fantasmic ride in Hollywood Studios years ago when Hayden was a tiny, tiny baby. So I think I had bought a coat and we were just sitting, me and him in there, and that was really for Mason. And we sat in the rain for an hour and a half waiting for the show to go on because Disney is so good at not canceling anything, but they're always good at apologizing. Sorry, we apologize for the delay, you know, for your inconvenience. Please sit still and we will try to finish, like, I don't know, start up the show as soon as we can start up the show.
You memorize the
as soon as Mother Nature cooperates, we will start the show.
Yes.
Anyways, 4th of July, we were there for the day one, Magic Kingdom. So they had a spectacular special July 4 fireworks. And we were waiting in the Snow White 7 Dwarves ride, which is an amazing roller coaster ride. Mm-hmm. We were there waiting already for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
We get to the front of the line and it's an outdoor ride.
And they stopped it.
And they're like, sorry for the inconvenience, but due to the weather conditions outside, we are going to have to delay this ride. Like we were literally like at the gate.
Oh, no.
There were like people like strapped in and they had to get out. And so they were like all sitting like, I don't know, like homeless people.
Did you guys get to do it?
No.
Oh.
So we waited and people had to go pee. Like
people mad?
People if are mad would just leave, I guess. Yeah. So we waited up until 3 hours and they still wouldn't think it. And we're like, oh my God, the fireworks are about to start. And we had left my mom and her cousin with the 2 younger kids in a restaurant actually. And my mom was like, going, they want us to leave. And then we can just hear the pouring of the rain. So suddenly my mom's like, okay, we're inside the restaurant. We'll just buy more food, right? Because they were buying food like for the last 2 hours.
Wow.
And but like Hayden was passed out. Like it was just such a long day for a little kid. And even Mason just basically put his head on the table.
Wait, what time was it now?
So we left them at 3:30. Or no. We left them at 5.
So it was like 8 o'clock.
5:30. Yes. So it was 8 o'clock. Fireworks were about to go at 9:30. And then we also hear from the outside, due to the weather conditions, the fireworks display for 4th of July will be delayed until further notice.
And it was canceled, right?
And the thing though is when we were lined up for 7 Dwarves, right before we lined up, they were eating a quick lunch. Again, we ate at the Pinocchio something house. It was cute. It's like right across the old carousel. The carousel's still there.
Okay.
But it's so hot that they actually put this huge tent around the carousel for air conditioning.
Oh.
Yeah, it was cute. Cool. But I actually ran back outside to the Main Street Emporium store. You know how I love all those stores there because Mason was looking for this slap wrist bracelet band. I don't know if you noticed that he has this red one with Mickey Mouse faces.
No.
But when we went to another store earlier, they're like, oh, there's a blue one too. And he's like, oh, I want blue because I'm a boy. So here I am.
It was red?
It's red. Girls. I know. So they have a pink one and then a purple one with princesses, a pink one with Minnie Mouse, a purple one with princesses, and the red with Mickey Mouse. And some girls said, oh, I remember there was a blue one. So here I am being the superhero of a mother running through the parks because they're like, we're going to go to the washroom and then come meet us here. I did. I was running in my Birkenstocks, running around the kingdom. So this is even me going, oh, wait, I'm right in front of the castle. I might as well take a selfie in front of the castle because, you know, when am I going to come back for this? This is me in the beginning of my run, like literally running like a crazy woman, but in front of the castle. See how beautiful the skies are? So I go to the Emporium and the guy's like, oh, we haven't had the blue strap in a long time, but you can have the red one. So I just buy him the red one. I have the receipt. If he didn't want it, I was going to return it. And I get it to him. He's like, thanks, Mom. You know, super heroics, that aside. Oh, but one of the things I also love buying at the park are these Aloha Dole Whip.
Ice cream?
Yes, they're in France. They're in Fantasyland. And it's, I guess, a float. Ice cream. That's me and my mom. Ice cream on top of pineapple juice, which I feel like we can do. It's so good. And I only learned about it from Susan because she always does this. But apparently,
what's the ice cream flavor?
It's a pineapple, or you can have vanilla, but it's pineapple. So
pineapple on pineapple.
Yes, it's either this or you can just buy the ice cream by itself. But here I am, like, you know, buying pineapple ice cream for everybody of our party, like.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's delicious. It's refreshing. It's right in front of the magic carpet ride. You know where the camel spit on you? It's right in front of there. Okay. And it's one of the cheaper snacks in Disney. It's $5. I mean, when you get like a Mickey Mouse like bar that's now $4.75, or this massive Aloha with pineapple. The best ones,
yeah, cheap wise.
There's also yeah, I'm trying to like always make a note of all the cheaper things out there. Like the gray stuff was $4.99. Okay. So even like the Beauty and the Beast restaurant wasn't expensive.
No.
The ones that are really expensive are like the character buffet breakfasts or lunches. Like we had gone to the one.
It's a buffet.
It's a buffet, but like you don't even get to eat everything because you're like just looking for the character, right? Like the last time we went to character one was the Cinderella one in what's the hotel we stayed in?
Grand Floridian.
The Grand Floridian. My dad was around and he loves Cinderella. So I'm like, we're gonna meet Cinderella for you. And we met the stepsisters and the stepmother and the prince. And Tristan was like, why am I here?
That was for the race, right?
Yes, that was during the race too. And it's easily $50 a pop.
Ruben Film says, still love the streams. Really, that's horrible. Well, that sucks. The fireworks are the best part.
So when I was running into to the store, right, I had to go through the main alley, the main street, that's what it's called, in front of the other castle. So they're behind the castle at this point. I get to the store, but I had to literally run over people. Like I was like, I don't know. I could be an action figure. Yeah. But they were all already like laying out their picnic blankets 3 hours ahead of when the fireworks. Just to get a good view of it, because usually we're like in the side.
I'm usually the special fireworks.
It is
4th of July.
But the girl who sold us tickets said it's a 360-degree fireworks. How can fireworks not be 360? Like anywhere in the park, you can see it. We can see it from the buses when we're waiting. So
it's something that they can say.
Yes, that's true. We were in Tomorrowland. We're usually in Tomorrowland where we're shooting Buzz aliens and stuff like that. We didn't even Space Mountain. Oh, the lineup was still horrendous. So we didn't do Space Mountain. We didn't do the Buzz because literally after we decided that we cannot stay any longer in the Seven Dwarfs because we didn't have any bathrooms there and we didn't have any catheters either, we left. And it was like one of those, we're like, I can't believe we wasted like 3 hours of our lives here. And then Melissa's like, well, I did waste 7 hours of my life once at a Comic-Con. Oh, and she didn't get it.
She didn't get it? She didn't get in, or she didn't get what she wanted?
She didn't get what she wanted.
Okay.
Because she's like, 3 hours. I have different perspectives.
Was it San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes.
It's happening soon.
It is. So we left. We went to meet my mom at the restaurant. It was pouring rain, right? And then it kind of like eased up. And I'm like, you know what, guys? I don't think we should stay anymore. Like, we don't know when the fireworks are going to start. So by then, this was already like 9:30.
Wow, it's late.
It's late. 9:30, 10. It closed at 1 o'clock that day because of the July 1st.
But July 4th. What time did the rides finish?
The rides, you can keep riding.
Even till 1?
Yes, that's why usually I love staying very late at that park because the other parks close a bit earlier. But that's the part that always stays till midnight or 11, depending on what the events are. And so this is the first time that I've been there July 4th. I was just curious to see what special stuff is happening, like on a July 4th.
Any other days that it stays that late besides July 4th?
I've been there on Christmas Eve when I was younger. It stays till 1. So it's like Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I've been there on
New
Year's, right? So we've done Disney World parks like at special days. And it's just interesting what they have. I still want to go for Halloween one day or American Thanksgiving, stuff like that. I think we were there for Easter once.
One of my patients told me they were there for Halloween.
That's cool.
And I think in the teacups, they have all this candy, and you can just go in and grab candy out of the teacup.
We need to go for Halloween in Disney World.
I was telling him about Hayden's experience on the teacups that he was telling me.
Oh my God, totally. We'd have a totally different experience. So we were like literally walking out, but because of the masses of people down Main Street, they had to make detours of the exits at that point. If you were in the park having rides, you couldn't just walk out anymore out of Main Street, right? Because I was hoping to, again, to take like a nice night picture of the castle. But basically the detour was how we ran the race. You know how when we ran the race, it was like through the back lots?
Yeah.
It was that. Like, I'm like, oh, this place looks familiar. But it was because we ran the race the reverse. They funnel you out and then you exit. But of course, by the time you exit, you still have to take a monorail or a ferry or a bus.
You guys took a bus?
So we took a bus. I've never taken a bus before. Monorail many times, the ferry many times. Yeah. But the bus was quick. It takes you around
the bus is fast.
Yes, because nobody takes it. But on the exit, everybody was just trying to exit unless you were inside, right?
Busy.
So my uncle, the one who lives there, who has like an annual pass and goes to Disney World, like anytime people come, he actually refused to go on July 4th. He's like, I've been there July 4th many times. I'm still trying to get out. And not that we didn't believe him, but, you know, we wanted to experience it for ourselves. It took us almost like an hour and a half just to get out.
Wow.
So when we were finally lined up for the shuttle, so in the morning, we took the shuttle in, there's always the line up the monorail, right? Because we went really early, but people always just see the monorail. They don't really know the ferry yet. Or even the ferry, there's always clumps of people before they dock in again. There was like a sign saying shuttle bus. I'm like, oh, it's a shuttle bus. Oh, it'll take you there in 3 minutes. It literally took you there in 3 minutes. Like you get on the bus. Nobody else wants to take the bus because they don't know about the buses or they want to experience the monorail ride, which, you know, I guess maybe Hayden, that would have been fun for Hayden to see, but I think he'll forget again. So we took the shuttle. It goes around the Contemporary Resort and then it just drops you off there at the tickets or at the front entrance.
And then you just find your car.
And then, no. So remember how they take you there to your thing, and then you still have to line up for those trains that take you to the parking lot. So you have to remember which character you're parked at.
What were you?
So we were at Simba.
Oh, Simba.
We were not, and there's like a villain side and a hero side. And I was telling them, but for the races, all the parking lots are open because it's where people like get their goodies or like post-race stuff. And it's a whole different like experience. But if you guys ever want to run a marathon, the Disney marathons are actually one of the better ones. Really well organized and really, really fun because
in January,
February, March, because they have now the Goofy. They also have the Goofy is like a 10K half a marathon and a full marathon. And then they have the Princesses ones and they have the Star Wars ones.
Yeah.
So for the next day when we went to Hollywood Studios, the kids did the Jedi training.
Oh yeah.
So that was fun. Mason and Tristan had done it when they were younger.
They did?
Yes. Okay. So Mason was like,
but
maybe
when Mason and Tristan did it, did they have Kylo Ren?
They didn't have Kylo Ren. It was just Darth Vader.
Okay.
So they're actually smarter this time because they know that a lot of people sign up. So my cousins actually, like
you have to do this ahead of time, sign up ahead of time?
Yeah, you have to sign up at the park. You can't sign up online. It's not like a fast pass online, right?
So first thing you do when you get there.
That's right. So I wanted to like meet there at 8 o'clock because the park opened at 8 o'clock and Toy Story Land was going to like really get really busy, right? So I was staying in my timeshare with my mom, her cousin, and her daughter, and my 3 kids. And then my cousin and wife were in my uncle's house. So we're like coming from 2 different places. But I wasn't gonna pick them up. I'm like, it's a triangle, right? Yeah. Like just meet me at the parks. Yes. Somehow you can drive. My uncle has a couple of cars. So I said, let's meet at 8 o'clock because it opens at 8 o'clock. So they were good kids, my cousin and his wife. Plus they didn't have kids, right?
Yeah.
So they were there at 8 o'clock. I'm like still trying to get people.
You guys didn't get there at 8 o'clock.
We didn't get there at 8 o'clock. We got there at 8:30.
Oh.
So what I asked them to do is if you can please go and sign the boys up for the earliest Jedi, because it could go up to like 6 p.m. Right? Okay. So they did, and then
what was the earliest?
The earliest, 10? I think 10. Or yeah, we were there for a 10:30 pass. And then they went ahead to Toy Story Land, and he just gave me a copy of the receipt. So when I got to sign them up and to get them started, they were already.
Hayden was first in line. Was it because he was the shortest?
Yeah, so he's the shortest. They put them in lines here. This is him fighting Darth Vader. So a long time ago, it was just a fight with Darth Vader. You get trained by the Jedi, right? And that's the Jedi teacher right there. And then Darth Vader makes an appearance. But they're now smart because they have 2 villains. Because again, they realize the massive number of children who want to sign up for this. So they always have 2 villains now, and they can cater to more children fighting.
They split them up.
And of course, after that, they have to buy their own customized swords.
How much are those? Because they got
so you can have
Hayden get one too, or just Mason and Tristan?
No. So Tristan was like, I want a sword. I'm like, no, you already have a sword. I want a customized sword. No, you did that. So I'm like, okay, fine. We'll get swords, but we got to get rid of.
They're called lightsabers.
We got to get rid of Hayden.
Okay.
So around 2:00, 2:33, my mom was getting tired. So she called my uncle. And at that point, my other cousin from Bangkok arrived. Not that he was going to go to the parks because it's already like half a day lost, right? But he came with my uncle to pick my mom and Hayden and her cousin up. So at least they're going to rest. And Hayden was like, oh, is right. I'm like, yeah, everything else left in the park is for big kids. He was a little bit sad, but I bought him like a banana loaf from Starbucks and a drink.
And then you guys secretly
and then we secretly went to get our customized lightsabers. So the lightsabers are $24.99. Not bad. $24.99 for a single standard.
But what about all the accessories?
So once it gets deluxe, it's $29.99. And you can get a double-edged sword.
Like Kylo Ren.
And so it goes up to like $40. But I told the kids, nope, your limit is a deluxe single because I don't want two things poking out of people's eyes. But interestingly, so Disney store itself, they sell a bunch of these lightsabers.
At downtown, at Disney Springs.
Even here in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
The Disney stores. And Hayden always looks at the Kylo Ren double sword and stuff like that, right? But because it's like somebody's sword, like Darth Vader's lightsaber, or it's I guess, what's that word called? More expensive because it's licensed more to a character. So those swords are actually more expensive than just getting a customized sword.
You can make your own.
You make your own. So make your own. It's fun. It's your own sword. You get different hilts, different accessories, different colors of lightsaber blades. And
Ruben Film says, I love the Jedi training. I almost got hit by Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
Oh, when did you go?
Bro, Kylo has like a sword type lightsaber than Darth Maul. Yeah.
Oh, our children are awake.
Okay.
So they did the Jedi training, and I think that was basically the highlight, other than going to the Toy Story Land.
What else was there?
There was still like the Little Mermaid ride. There was still the Beauty and the Beast.
Did you guys go to any interactive shows?
Yeah, Star Wars. The Star Wars Tours is an interactive show.
I mean, remember we saw the Monsters Inc. and there was cartoons talking to the audience?
Oh, that would have been Muppets. That would have like been Muppets in the Magic. We didn't go. Like
that's funny.
I know. Even the kids wanted to go to the Muppets, but actually my cousins and his wife, they bought poppers, park hoppers, so you can go to multiple parks in one day. So they would keep on coming back. So even for this Hollywood Studio Day, because it's a lot smaller in scope really than Magic Kingdom, they went to Epcot and they're like, we'll come back and like watch the Fantasmic with you. So when they left,
What's Fantasmic?
The laser lights.
Oh, okay.
The laser lights and fireworks display in Hollywood Studios, and that doesn't start until it's dark, so 9:30. So we have fast passes for it so that we don't have to line up, right? We'll just like walk in and there's like seat reservations for us. But in the meantime, we lined up for the Slinky ride. So it was me, Tristan.
And that's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster, and it's cool. It's on a Slinky.
Wasn't scared.
So he was. This is the part where I should have sent him. Oh, that's
where he didn't get
I should have sent him home with my mom.
Yeah.
Like he was getting tired at this point, but it was already too late to send him home with my mom. So he sees the bigness of it, right? He told me, you didn't tell me we're going to ride the Slinky ride.
How long was the lineup?
The lineup was 2 hours, and it's not like you can just exit easily. You're like stuck in line. You're like, you either move forward or you're going to go say, excuse me, a million times just to exit. There's no exit if you want to leave this ride. So I'm like, suck it up, buddy. I'm so sorry you're like not feeling good, but mommy has to ride the ride. And I told him he can just sit
and watch.
So he did. He took care of the lightsabers, and then it's so funny. He had a clean canteen, like a reusable metal stainless steel drink, and he had that in his hand. I'm like, oh, that was empty. Like, what were you looking for? Oh, it's in case somebody tries to steal me, I was gonna hit them with it.
But he had the lightsabers.
He had the lightsabers, but I think he needed something more like, so at least we know that he can try to protect himself.
Was it a scary ride?
It wasn't. It was like a ghoster coaster.
Oh, okay.
So it goes up, goes down. It doesn't. There's no swoops. There's like the ride I don't like in Hollywood Studio is the elevator ride.
Oh,
I don't like that.
Like Drop Zone.
Yeah.
Tower of Terror.
Yes, and we just didn't get enough time to ride the rock and roll ride. But I'm pretty sure Andrew rode that one.
Ruben Film says he went on July 21st. So probably last year.
Oh,
last July 21st.
Okay. Yeah. So that's, I think, about it. And so after the Slinky, because the show wasn't going to be for another 4 hours or 3 hours, I decided, okay, let's get out of the park. let's go back to my uncle's house, have a quick dinner there because it's literally 5 miles away. Quick dinner, and then we'll go back and meet Melissa and Andrew for the show. So when we were driving back to Hollywood Studios, it started to pour. Melissa and Andrew were already sitting in the seats. They're like, so we're super soaked. And they're like wearing their raincoats again, parkas. And Andrew's, he said, kept on splitting. He goes, the more it rained, the more my parka kept on splitting.
Oh,
and
like
and
ripping.
then ripping, yes. And so we park at the Hollywood Studios, and they make it a little bit difficult for people to come back. Like all the pylons are like at different places. There's
it's
no
worse than Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, well, just I think because we're coming back at night. Like in Magic Kingdom, we didn't have to come back at night.
Okay.
I think there were no more volunteers to help where to go.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like an easy, I'm gonna find my parking, but they actually like detour you to exit and exit again. So you actually had to go through pylons just to repark. So I don't know how it works because I know people keep on coming back for like a dinner at Epcot or however, unless you probably stay in the resort and you walk to the parks. So by the time I parked, the show still had about 30 minutes for us to like walk in and re-scan our passes because there's in and out entry. And 2 of my boys were asleep.
Oh.
So there was no way I was gonna like carry 2 boys out in the rain.
How'd you get them out?
So we didn't.
Oh.
We didn't go and watch Fantasmic. Andrew and Melissa did. And then my
You just sat
uncle,
there.
and then they just drove home because they live in a different place anyway. And
A lot of strikes.
but otherwise, we did see, and really, really, you know, I was really happy to already go see Beer Dust. That was like this trip's.
Yeah.
Again, we
then
tried.
you were done.
We were done. Like we try to go
Everything
every
else
year,
was
anyways.
bonus.
Yeah, everything else was. I've seen this. I will do this again. I didn't even buy a Mickey Mouse ears ice cream. I was like, nope. I'm grown up this year. My uncle too is like a buffet unto himself. Like I think every day he's spending $200 just to feed the troops, and his fridge was so packed. And my uncle from Australia is like, if my uncle in Florida is like a rat pack, my uncle from Florida is like Instagram worthy, like where he like organizes everything. So he organized my uncle's pantry, his fridge. We get in day 2. I'm like, oh my God, we should Instagram this. It's beautiful. Everything is like organized. Yep. He had everything. He had every single like flavors of Haagen-Dazs that you can have. There really was no point eating anywhere else but his house. And then for my mom's 65th birthday, we had reserved a beautiful buffet restaurant at Gaylord Palms.
Yeah.
So she had a good time. Everybody got to eat what they wanted, but by then we were like really full. Like I'm actually going through food withdrawal right now, and I'm trying to like starve myself. And I have a cold cup of coffee right now because I just
The rest of the trip was just
shopping. We went to Disney Springs. Melissa, my cousin's sister-in-law, yeah, we just stayed in the pool because again, it's such a gorgeous resort. I'm like, we're always in resorts. We never take advantage of the pools. Like we should. And I even got my mom to like go into the pool. But it was fun.
I hear people coming.
I think the show's almost over.
So this is what I got.
How did you get this?
So
cool.
Nice, right?
Can I use it for the pool?
Yeah.
Because I always want something like this.
Beach tote.
Because I always like bring my gym bag and it looks ugly.
So you have to spend.
Is this for me?
Yeah.
I had to spend $1 million.
You have to spend $199. Last year there was a tote too where you also had to spend $199, but I didn't get it.
But this is nice because I like how it's mesh. Then wet
nice.
things will dry because sometimes some beach things are like made of pure cotton and it just gets soaked.
Yeah.
Is this for me?
Yeah, you can have that.
So I went back home and there were like more cars.
Oh yeah, so
good thing my husband isn't into real cars.
I finished.
Or is that a good thing?
Someone's coming down.
Come, Mason. I was just telling them all about Disney World. Oh, you too. So I think we're a bit more tanned. You look big. Come, baby bricks.
So this is the Technic Bugatti. I showed this on Hanging Out with Nick and Harold.
Hi.
So it's nice. It's big and it's heavy too.
So we are wearing a cool Buzz Lightyear shirt. We didn't buy much in the parks, but that's a nice card. Do you like that card? See, it opens. Ooh, that's cool. Why is there a thing in there? It's a sticker. It looks like a dinosaur head when I first saw it.
And even the pumps roll.
See, my children are bigger.
I don't know if you can see. Here.
What pumps? Oh, cool.
These pumps.
They're called pumps?
Hydraulic? Pistons. The pistons.
Car parts.
The car piston. Whoa.
Is Tristan awake?
There. See when the wheels turn?
Oh, cool.
But then when you put the gear,
Now it doesn't.
Oh, who
It
plays
has
with
to
this?
be like that.
Like the design is cool, and yet it looks so skeletal to me. Like it needs windshield glass.
But that's how Technic is. That's why I wasn't always really into it. But
I know.
I like the car. So let's show a comparison between the Bugatti
Which he said wasn't going to be purchased for a while.
and the Porsche. The Porsche is lighter.
Oh, it looks bigger. It's lighter but bigger. How is that? Less insides?
Yeah, less insides.
Which is your favorite car, Hayden?
The blue one or the orange?
The green one.
Oh, you like the green one?
Of course he's going to be like
There's
that.
one over there. It's
Of
green.
course he's going to be. Mason, which is your favorite one? The blue one or the orange one? I know the orange one.
The orange is his favorite color.
And we were like in the orange state.
I like the blue one.
Oh, it is lighter.
Is there anybody in the chat?
Some people.
Like who?
Like Ruben Bricks,
I don't
Alex
even see- I don't even
Bricks.
see the chat. Oh, I see.
The chat's here on my phone. Oh, you don't have it here.
If you had to buy this beach tote for something, how much is it? Or is it like a
Actual
special edition?
price?
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
sure
it's
what the
not.
value is. Maybe
$2.
20 bucks.
But it's cool. I like it. It matches.
Watch out.
So we didn't get to go to Mall of Millennia this visit around.
Mall of Millennia, what's that?
That mall with the Cheesecake Factory. We went to there before too.
Oh, yeah.
It has a lot of like expensive stores, and not expensive stores, but I usually try to get a Mont Blanc fountain pen there. And this year the pen didn't arrive in time. So I don't know.
Okay, it's almost time for news that we can use.
News. Oh, was that not a lot of news?
Oh,
Oh.
That's the I would have showed stuff that Mason built, but you left it at.
I know. Your brick head. What's those glasses you're wearing?
I know, they look like, what's it? Oh, it's a thing that you had last night where you're in the dark.
That's from Tristan's Halloween costume, right?
Can I try it in the dark?
Go find a dark place.
Okay, let's take a look at some news that we can use.
What are we gonna have for breakfast? Oh, and today we're gonna go to the museum, the Royal Ontario Museum, and they have a new exhibit called Arachnoids, spiders. Are we gonna eat spiders?
No.
Why not? Spiders are so good in protein.
And we're going to see dinosaurs.
We're gonna see dinosaurs, and what else?
Yeah. Spiders are so poisonous.
Not all of them.
Skeleton.
Okay, so the first part of news,
Hey, do you have the Little Mermaid and Ursula brickheads?
I ordered them already
Oh, good thing I didn't buy them for you.
because I'll show you after.
Okay.
So Lego has revealed from San Diego Comic-Con Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, but
So-
that's only there.
It's gonna be this bust
Oh.
that you can get. It's a lottery system.
Oh.
An exclusive minifigure is the Wasp. And so here's Lego ideas. Steve.
Oh, that's cute. It's coming out?
It's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, it's Mickey Mouse.
That's
It's
coming
not
out?
coming out. It just
Oh, I like
achieved
ideas.
10,000 supporters.
That's very cute.
So people can vote on this one.
Is it really like black and white, or they only filtered it as black and
I
white?
think it's black and white pieces because
Well,
these are
because
actual.
you have
Would
Mickey
they-
Mouse
would
in
they-
black and white?
Would they get
Or
that
how
black? Would they get that Mickey Mouse though?
Yeah, exactly.
I think they just got a black torso.
But then
They
how do you get
got
the shorts? Because he's red and yellow.
Yeah, but the real Mickey Mouse has peach skin, not white skin.
maybe they black and whited it. Says here, if you're a Disney fan, you would know that this model is a replication of the cartoon in which we saw the debut of Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
And they're having this competition, the Lego Movie 2 Awesome Building Buddies. And so what this is you build something with
Wow.
someone else, but
Yeah.
like two different things. So maybe if someone likes cars and the other person likes monsters,
Yeah.
you make a car monster
Oh.
or something. Or if someone has like what do you like?
Orange
No, it's like a thing, not a color.
monsters.
We already said monsters.
What should I think is monsters? Fine, I like.
Like, this is his slap wrist bracelet.
Oh, okay, we'll show it after. not Lego.
I like Mickey Mouse.
All right, you like Mickey Mouse. What do you like?
Goofy.
Goofy. So you make a Mickey Mouse Goofy or something like that.
What?
And so people combine things together, and then they submit it. And if you're chosen, your creation or your name is gonna be at the end of the Lego Movie 2 movie in the credits.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What's the purchase video? Leaves.
It would
Oh,
be better if it was actually.
that
in
was
the
from
movie.
last. Oh, I think there's more stuff.
Hmm.
Let me.
Oh, brick fan.
Oh, this is page 3. The brick.
I want you to get changed to go to the
Oh, okay, here. So this is the new
the
stuff.
ROM.
So
Let's look into-
they revealed
I'm ready, Mom.
are?
this minifigure for San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh.
It's Jessica Cruz, and I guess she's one of the Green
How do you
Lantern.
get it? You have to line up.
I think,
So it's not like I can tell Andrew, can you go to San Diego? How far?
yeah.
He's in Santa Monica.
But for this one here, it's if you attend the early screening of Aquaman, it will be held in this room, and you can currently pre-order the movie.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Attendees can get poly bags.
Interesting.
So, of this Aquaman. Oh, this movie, Aquaman movie. Here's Black Lightning revealed.
Mhm.
So this is another of those giveaways. I'm not sure what to
Yeah.
get it, but
Ruben Films is gone.
You want to get Black Panther?
oh,
Oh.
so here's one of
Star Wars.
here's a new book coming out with a new exclusive minifigure.
Who's the exclusive
We don't know yet,
Ah.
but it's coming in 2019.
2019.
I know them.
Who's this?
That's Ray.
Who's that?
That's Luke
Oh,
Skywalker.
I'm asking Hayden. Who's this?
Darth Vader.
Who's that?
Stormtrooper.
Who's this?
I don't know it.
Who's
You
that?
know, Ray. Ray.
You only know these two guys, right?
Because he's
So
part
did
of
I
the
tell
set.
you for Tristan's goodbye presents to his grade 8 teachers? I had him give them Lego keychains.
Oh,
Because we had extra keychains, right? So
Yeah.
and I would get them on sale. So one was a Stormtrooper and one was the Hobbit.
okay. Did they like it?
I hope so. I think so. I just don't want to give them chocolates. It's just something different from the kid who makes Lego.
This is tentatively slated to come out April 1st,
Oh,
April
2019.
1st. And what did I tell you about Lego books? Where do you get them?
Chapters.
No,
Oh.
It comes out on April 1st, and that means
Where do you get them?
it's April Fool's.
Costco.
Costco. That's what I meant. Costco.
no, me.
Okay.
Mason, go find shorts in the washing machine area. The
Here's
locker
another teaser. They're coming up with the James Bond Aston Martin.
room. No, 2019.
I'm not sure when it's coming
What's
out.
James? Blah 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 blah
James-
blah blah.
Technic.
No, it's like a car. Lego. So
Like it's gonna line up beside your green, orange, and blue cars.
I don't think it's big. It's probably the size of like these cars. Like the creator cars. And then we have
When is
this
Harry Potter coming
magazine.
out? For Harry Potter, you can just use all your Lego your Lego money.
okay. The Technic bucket wheel excavator is on sale.
Yep.
Here's Sheriff Deadpool.
Yep.
So that's another San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, what?
Exclusive.
Deadpool. That's weird.
Sheriff
They're
Deadpool.
just making them all weird.
I think they just have a Deadpool photo, but then they
I
just put a
know,
mustache.
And it's like a Woody. It's like a Woody.
But the torso's new.
This makes this a baby, but this makes this
See, the
a-
torso looks cool. It has a Deadpool belt
Oh,
with
cool.
horns on it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice.
It's like-
I think that's actually in the movie.
When is the Lego movie out, guys?
I'm not sure. Anyone in the chat? Anyone in the chat know?
Mickey Mouse.
The last one is Go By, I think.
Where am I here? Okay.
Wait, can I
So-
see this chat? Can I see it?
Oh, there's the
2019.
still a while.
I know.
The first one came out in 2014, I
Hold
think.
me.
Initial release February 8, 2019.
So this is the promotion for the banana suit guy
Oh,
with a cool
yeah. They
blaster.
said that that was gonna be like at the Disney Springs Monday, this previous Monday.
So that's
I
where
Why
the-
is it a
The
promotion?
brickheads were
Why is it a
I want
promotion?
to eat the banana
Why
guy.
didn't we go on Monday? But the thing that was I'm like, what makes him different than the regular banana guy?
Why is it a promotion though?
Like you spend $30 and you get the banana guy. But what makes him different?
maybe the ghetto blaster.
You know,
I'm not sure if
is the face
the actual one
different?
has sandals. I have to look at my
down,
banana
down.
guy. You see if it's actually different.
You wanna go down?
No.
And you get a cool box with
Wait,
like
but Dad, why is it a promotion though?
because it's you can't get it any other way.
I want more Legos.
Here's for the new video. I mean the new video game, Super Villains.
Oh, cool.
We didn't even get the last one, but I was gonna wait until it goes on sale.
Yeah, go on sale.
Daddy, I can see Joker.
Whoa!
Over here,
And I
Joker.
can see Harley Quinn.
And
I kind
who's
of want
this?
to play that because superheroes
I
are
know.
better,
That's
but
Stroke.
villains have better weapons.
Is this Gorilla Grodd?
I can see Grill.
The good
Who's
thing
this?
is
Who's this Mason?
that's Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash.
Oh, I thought it was Reverse Flash. Meaning, is he slow?
No, like he's
Last day of double VIP.
Is that why you got the Bugatti?
Oh, and then this is the.
Harry Potter.
Did you see these figures yet?
You showed it to me.
Wait, can I see it?
Because
Can you
was on his
post the
page.
computer up?
I saw it on Instagram.
Harry
How many characters
Potter.
altogether?
22.
22.
But the thing,
Oh, I see little Harry Potter.
the cool thing about this is little Harry Potter has the little legs, but they're movable.
Oh, I don't believe that until
So that's
I
the
see
new
it.
piece.
Here,
And
we're
the
gonna
wands too.
I can see Harry
we're gonna see this
Potter.
soon. We're gonna go see this soon.
Look at the wands. They have little bulbs. Can't really tell.
Oh,
From
wait,
this
and
picture.
Dad,
Oh, here. See
you
this?
know what'd be cool?
Dad,
Nick?
look,
See this
new
ball?
Dobby, new Dobby.
Yeah, Dolby's new.
You know what they'd be cool? It'd be cool if the
know who
ones
this
were
is?
like.
Cho
Oh,
Chang.
yeah.
They have a Cho Chang now.
It'd be
Who's
cool
Cho Chang?
if Harry Potter's crush.
He's like Yoda.
Who's like Yoda? Oh, this.
Look at the one.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this glass thing.
But
Oh
look
my
at this. Look at this one here. It has a little
Spiders.
bulb on the bottom.
Yeah, I was
So it's
wondering.
not just a stick.
It would be cool if they made like ones like customized.
Ow, ow,
Like
ow.
you know what I mean? Like special to like a little more detailed. But I guess it's so small of a piece.
I think some of them are different. Besides just the color.
What are you gonna eat for breakfast?
Spiders.
You want
Mm.
spiders for
If we
breakfast?
get a
Spiders.
double little Harry Potter, can I use it for my little baskets?
But the thing is, this is a breakdown.
Oh.
And Percival Graves, there's one. In a
Oh,
box.
Who's that?
He's the
Why is it one?
Did
He's
you
that
get already
character.
that one minifig that you didn't get from the last?
No, the police officer. I didn't
Yeah.
get the police
Hey.
officer.
Because
He's the
he's a police officer.
who's that actor? The Irish actor
Percival Graves.
Ruben Phil's
in the
film
in
said
the
I thought Reverse Flash was a slow
Fantastic
old woman.
Beasts movie. He was like
Um,
the
Mommy.
police officer.
Oh yes, yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
Irish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's his name?
I know, I know,
Hold
I
me,
know.
hold me.
He's tall, lanky.
He's not tall, lanky. He's like an Irish accent guy. I don't know. After right now, they can only see the screen. And so these are the minifigures. Free Harry Potter anniversary, Saturday, July 21st.
Ooh, an apple. That's cool.
Where is that?
Owl.
I like the book. Where is that?
There's an event at Target, but we don't have Targets here.
Oh.
You may be interested in attending for some cool swag. I don't think you can. Everyone gets this big owl. That's a lot of pieces.
I want that big owl on the books.
I think that's just a display.
It says enter to in Hedwig.
I want that.
He's a very big fan of
And look,
books.
special thanks to Haley Bricks and Brickhanna.
I want that big owl on the book.
You don't even know how to build.
And then that's it.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
That was some good news that we can use. Instead of me
Some-
showing the iPad, I just show
Oh, that's cool.
the screen.
Okay, let's see your wrist.
Slap, what are it called? Slap bracelets. The one that mommy ran a half marathon.
Okay, slap
for.
it on my wrist. Whoa.
Whoa!
I want to
It
try.
just said better.
I want to try.
Okay. Slap it on my wrist.
Okay.
Oh dear.
That's not my wrist. That's my arm.
My turn. No, okay.
Okay, last. Okay, go. All right, I think that's everything for Full of Brick today.
Harold, be here next week.
Karate chop it.
I gotta go work.
Thanks everyone for
I want
for joining us.
It's mine.
Thank you to
Mine.
guys. I'm
Mine.
doing my outro. Thanks to Alex Bricks, Ruben Films for showing up.
that all? Oh.
Big Sue Bricks, Kelly, Graphic Bricks, Shiny Bricks, Iceberg Bricks, a lot of bricks.
Yeah, a lot of
Brick Sailor, Bricks with 2 X's. Oh, Lushu, Bricks with
bricks,
2 X's is
bricks,
Lushu
bricks,
Bricks.
bricks.
Adam Spong, Joker Boss Films, and Spongo Garden. Yeah. Today was a little bit longer
my
than
coffee?
usual. I put it over there
Oh my gosh.
just so it doesn't get knocked over.
Got it.
Hopefully Harold can join us next
Hopefully.
week. I'm thinking something might have happened with the whole typhoon.
Hopefully you're safe if you're not here.
Yeah, so hopefully he's here. But if not, if Maria's doing another guest appearance, we might be starting a little bit earlier just because she has to go to work.
Work.
But we'll find out. So thanks for watching and Merry Christmas and bye.